just scoot your butt. Scoot your butt. And then can you sit right here? She really doesn't want to. We'll see how long I can keep her attention, but hello everybody. This is Bambi, and she's the one I wanted to introduce you guys to today. I've talked about her a couple of times, but I haven't really shown you. I'm trying to keep her entertained. I have a pouch of snacks. And I made sure she got a smaller breakfast this morning so that we could do this video without her being too full. But she is a rescue dog, so we have never had issues with her not really eating, except the one time where I realized she got into the food bin that morning while I slept in a little bit, and she helped herself to breakfast at 4 a.m. And this is partially why I don't leave her out in the living room to sleep. Alright, so this is Bambi. My name's Jessie, but the video is all about her today. Now, Bambi is my rescue dog. I've had her 2 years officially now. Her gotcha day is on Memorial Day, actually. So Bambi came with her name Bambi. I think it's because, and hopefully you'll see a little bit more in some other videos, that it is because she has a lot of little spots, like a little baby deer. I think it fits her very well. I'd like to call her my little woodland creature. That's just your opinion. Okay, so then let's show everybody her pretty bandana. She goes by many names, such as Bamborghini, Bambalam, Bubs, Bams, the Great Bambino. She can be an escape artist sometimes. She was probably the third day I had her. I was living with my parents at the time over summer between semesters. I didn't have a lease that went through the summer at the apartment I was living at. And one of the first couple of days she saw a rabbit on the other side of the fence, and somehow with that street dog perception of hers, she found a hole in the bottom of the fence and she crawled under the fence. But yes, a dog by many names, still the same Bambi, intensely affectionate with people she likes, but pretty fear-aggressive as well. Now, aggressive is a really scary word, which is why I tend to use, oh, she's giving me some shakes, which is why I tend to use the phrase, she has stranger danger issues, and she really does. Fear aggression is a behavior that a lot of rescue dogs can have, where instead of being the kind of dogs that hide or act timid and shy away from people that they're afraid of, she is actually the kind of dog who will act big and tough and aggressive and bark and growl and do like the snappy lunging instead and chase the person that she is afraid of away. So it's called fear aggression. It is aggression that's based in fear, but it is not true aggression. So it's a lot easier to work with. So some big challenges with her are meeting new people. Oh my gosh, you're fine. She's so excited, she loves food. Come here, scoot your butt. There you go, good girl. There we go. Now it's like you're watching with me. Oh my goodness. Don't you just love this sweet face? She's like, screw you. Oh my god. Okay, well, she's gonna lie down now. Whenever I walk her, I take a pocket of treats. I'll clip this. It doesn't have the clip. I have a different one with the clip. But I'll clip this to my belt, and she gets rewards for calm looks at people and passing objects. Or if I think she can't handle it, I'll take her aside, have her sit, stay, and then just like just shove food in her face. Because a lot of times dogs can either react or they can eat food. Bambi, she's a rescue dog, she has fear aggression, and I think I briefly mentioned, I'll have to probably rearrange this in the editing, but the rescue I got her from was an illegitimate rescue. So it was Love Me Again Animal Rescue in the Twin Cities area in Minnesota. They seemed incredibly legitimate. They were working with vets. All of their dogs came with vet papers and a vet history. they had a Facebook page, they had a Twitter page, they were on Pet Finder. I found her on Pet Finder. They even, like, when I went to go meet her for the first time, I might try and insert like a cute photo for my very first photo with Bambi. It's not great because she was very wiggly. They were hosting an adoption event at a local like just pet shop. And I'm like, alright, awesome. Legitimate rescue. They claimed that they were a foster-based rescue. I was actually aiming for because I was trying to avoid behavior issues. And a lot of time with foster-based rescue organizations, that foster is going to be able to tell you more about the dog than somebody in a shelter who would be able to, especially because they're being kept in like a home environment. Meeting me was fine. A couple weeks after I got her, not even a couple weeks, a couple days after I got her, she almost bit my neighbor on a walk. Because I was walking her and I ran into my neighbor across the street. I'm like, oh, like, yeah, this is my new dog. Her name is Bambi. Do you want to say hi? And I had Bambi like sit and I had her on a leash and this woman's like, oh yeah, of course. And like reached out and was like, hello puppy, like to sniff her hands, and Bambi just like snapped at her hands and started barking. And that was terrifying. So I pulled her aside and I'm like, I am so sorry, she's never done that before. I'm gonna go check into that. And I emailed this rescue and I'm like, hey, is there any way you can get me in contact with her foster? I have some behavior issues I want to discuss. She almost bit my neighbor today. And they're like, no, sorry, we can't give out information to our foster, but we would suggest that you let her adjust and settle in a little more before you take her on walks or have her meet people other than your immediate household. So I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Maybe she was just a little wigged out from the move. They're right. So whenever I walked her, I kept her on short walks, same path every single time, same time of day if I could, and I didn't let her meet anybody. And she reacted again when I decided a couple weeks later to bring my friends over to meet my dog because they would be living with me. And once again, she was having a fit and barking, and we had to leave her with my parents and like go hang out somewhere else, like go out to lunch. And I emailed them again and said, hey, this behavior is still happening. Can you forward this? Or can you recommend me a behaviorist that you guys have used? And they recommended me to a local behavior and training organization, and we had them come do an eval. And she is indeed fear aggressive, not true aggression. Hey, it's me, Jessie from editing. I realized that I never actually finished that story. So the behavior continued, of course, and I was really having a difficult time. Even after implementing the training and tactics that the dog behaviorist showed me, I was struggling. So for the last time, I tried to get into contact with this rescue to say, hey, do you have any other resources or any other advice for me? I'm really struggling with this. Didn't get a response. No response email. So I'm like, okay, I'll try their Facebook page. So I searched their Facebook page. It didn't pop up. The second thing I did was Google their website, and I couldn't get their website to pull up. It was one of those like 404 not found kind of responses. And then I went on to Pet Finder, where I found Bambi, and looked for the rescue and any of the other dogs that were in the same rescue. And I couldn't find any of those dogs. The rescue was no longer listed on Pet Finder. So finally I just Googled Love Me Again Animal Rescue, and the only thing I could find was an article by a local online newspaper, talking about how this woman, who was the owner of the rescue, was arrested on possible charges of animal cruelty. What was said online was something along the lines of that they were being accused of dog flipping, which is getting like free puppies and free dogs on Craigslist, And then, of course, they're still giving them vet care and everything like that, but they're getting these dogs for free, and then they're flipping them and selling them as rescue dogs from other states for $400. Bambi's adoption fee was $400, and usually that covers housing and feeding and vet care and everything like that. And Bambi did get legitimate vet care. I don't know, I was baffled, but now I just like to say that I rescued Bambi twice. It's a great story to tell people. It's a good cautionary tale. They did everything. They had a website, they were on Pet Finder, they were working with local pet stores. They contacted my landlord that I was moving into in the fall and made sure that he approved of having the dog first. I had to fill out paperwork, I had to show them pictures and take a tour video of my house so that they could see that it was fit. The backyard was fenced. I had toys, I had a bowl, I had food, I had a kennel ready for her. But the woman was arrested. The woman who owned this rescue was arrested and accused of dog flipping and abuse, animal abuse. I don't know. Life is crazy, right? Anyway, I am adding, of course, more time to this already 7-minute long video, so I'm gonna hop back off to where I left off. But yes, this is my wonderful dog. You'll be seeing a lot more of her. Sit. Yes, good girl. See, look at, she's so smart. I love her. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I would love it if you would like and subscribe. Comment down below if you have a pet, if you have a dog, what is the cutest thing that they do? And if you don't have any pets, what is your dream pet? Doesn't have to be a dog, doesn't have to be a cat, could be a spider. I don't care, all pets are great. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Bye-bye. Baby, can you say goodbye? Bye-bye. Bye-bye. That's sort of a wave, right? There we go. Bye-bye.